Here it is, the most listened to radio show on the planet. Even the other stations are tuned in too.
The views and opinions expressed in this podcast by the host or the guest do not necessarily reflect the views of Paranormal Buzz Radio or its sponsors. Use of any materials produced by Paranormal Buzz Radio without express written consent is strictly prohibited. For information on everything Paranormal Buzz Radio has to offer, visit our website, paranormalbuzzradio.com. Like us on Facebook, follow us on Twitter and Instagram. Listener discretion is advised.
Paranormal Buzz Radio is proud to present Girls vs. Ghost Media's The Dr. Gina Show with Gina Marie. Gina is a psychic medium and an intuitive counselor who has a bachelor's degree in psychology, master's degree in counseling, and a doctorate degree in occupational therapy. The Dr. Gina Show is live on Spreaker every other Monday, 9 p.m. Eastern, 8 Central, 6 Pacific, right here on Paranormal Buzz Radio. Here's your awesome host, Gina Marie.
Oh, thank you, Shay. Awesome host. I like that. So, hello, everybody. I do know it's Monday because my show's on Monday. I seriously don't even know the date today, come to think of it. But, you know, whoever's listening to this show, whether it's live or pre-recorded, we're all in this self-quarantine thing together. So thank you for tuning in. I might have more people listening tonight since there's nothing to do, or maybe people aren't listening because they're sleeping. So anyway, welcome to the Dr. Gina Show. And tonight's topic, I'm going to be talking about your higher self, getting to know yourself. And if for all my new people that have just listened for the first time tonight, the chat is open. So what that means is when you're on the link, you can type in questions. Now, my producer, Shay, she's on the other end, so she will get all the chat questions. I cannot see the chat, but I take usually 20, I might do 30 minutes today before the show ends, and then I come back to the chat, and Shay will help me, and she'll go through all the chat questions, and that's where we can ask questions back and forth. If you're new listening to my show also, yes, I am a psychic medium, and I am able to answer questions, and I talk to spirit, your past loved ones. However, on this platform, it's difficult for me to connect to past loved ones. I need to have some type of voice connection. It's hard for me if I can't see chat or energy. That's just how I work. However, when we do open chat, any of the questions I do answer will be pertaining to the topic that I talk about today. So that's how that would work. A topic that would be general for everyone to benefit from, but individual questions about your specific situation, I do not do on this platform. I will do universal messages, which means for me, my psychic channel would be I read the tarot card and I give an overall message for whoever that may resonate with. And if you've been listening to my lives, which I do from my page on Facebook, I have been answering one or two questions through the tarot cards psychically. So pay attention for some of my lives. So I want to thank Matt and Shay for this show, for Paranormal Buzz Radio. And I also want to thank all my listeners that are listening. I want to send everybody some healing, which at the end, if I forget, I'm going to ask Shay to remind me. I'm just going to do just a blanket healing for everybody. Just take a few minutes, and all you listeners, I'm going to give out some healing for everybody. We all know these are crazy, difficult times. I, of course, most of you know, live in New York City. So I just got out of New York City last week and came home to South Jersey, Philadelphia. And as soon as I'm telling you, it's such a difference, like in New York City. I know that I'm empathic, but I feel the energy, but it is such a different energy, South Jersey, Philly. It's not, we can still know that there's the COVID. I still feel that energy. However, in New York, it was such a dense energy, dense. And if you guys follow me on my Facebook or even listen to my shows or my Instagram, I have been, before this happened, I talked a lot about the dreams I was having, and the dreams that I was having was just about, and a couple of my friends in the gym in New York, I would tell them, I keep having these dreams about like water taking over the world, like oceans and, floods. And I kept thinking, are we going to have like another tsunami? I kept asking people because, my dreams were keeping me up at night. And last time was right before that tsunami, but I kept dreaming of water. And of course, water didn't happen, but we're having this COVID. And also I kept talking about on my Facebook, I kept seeing the crow. And in New York, he kept coming to my window, and I was posting about that too. And the crow means death. And I was just like, there has to be something different. The crow, man. So actually today I was in the Cooper River in Jersey, and I woke up this morning in my house in South Jersey, and there was a crow outside. I was like, okay, great. And then I looked up on the poles, and there was a whole bunch of crows. I'm like, okay. So then I went to the Cooper River, and crows everywhere. And I was like, oh, wow. I just, there's a lot. I'm hoping, was this not something I want to see? I don't want to see all these crows. So then I sat down on the bench, and this little robin, he was like coming up to me, coming up. He kept looking at me, this robin. I was like, okay, this is a good sign, because I was really worried about the crows. And also, I know I always talk about the signs from my grandma is the bobby pin, letting me know I'm around. And I also have signs from my guides, which are paper clips and safety pins, letting me know I'm safe. So once I got out of the car, I saw a bobby pin. So this is a really good time for all you guys, too, to really tap into that spirit world, to ask for signs, to ask your guides. I do talk to the council, and we all know I channel the council, which is a higher power. So when I start getting these dreams, I'm seeing the crow, that's who I'm talking to, and that's who's giving me the signs. But just like the bobby pin is a sign from my grandmother, if you guys now, because a lot of my clients are messaging me, they really miss, so a loved one who they feel like, whether it was a husband that's gone or, a lot of boyfriend or just a parent, to have that comfort, because this is a time where, you really want to find that family member. And I've had many clients text me, have you got messages or so from my loved one, and just so you all know, yes, I'm a medium, but I don't walk around in that channel where everybody's loved ones are coming to talk to me all the time unless I'm doing a reading for you specifically. Then I open that channel. But, sometimes I can't say that doesn't happen. I'll be woke up and, they will talk to me, but I do close out that channel, and they cannot randomly come to speak with me. And especially like if it's a client, if it's a close friend, that might happen. But so I'm getting a lot of messages from my clients that they're going through a hard time. Many people are texting me, asking me what's going on. And I just want you all to know I'm trying to answer you all, even if it's just an emoji, but everyone knows like I am Dr. Gina, your spiritual medium, but I am regular Gina trying to live this life too. I'm still human. So I want to answer your text messages. But if you're texting me and you're asking me like, how are you doing, Gina? Because that's a nice thing to ask, right? Clients will ask me, how are you doing? Like, I love you all. You're my clients, and a lot of you are friends. But when you ask me, how am I doing? Like, it's regular Gina is doing completely different than spiritual Gina. So I don't, I appreciate it, but I'm not able to really get into this is how I'm doing and get to that. And I would love to all give you, text message readings and let you all know if your spirit friends or guides are there, but I don't have the energy. It takes even a lot of energy for me to answer so many text messages and just try to give you something. But I have a hard time even answering text messages from my clients because just know that it's regular Gina answering these questions. So when you're asking me, am I going to be okay? Is this going to be okay? Like, I cannot go into the channel. I don't have the energy to answer you that. I'm not able to. So it becomes like a fine line. So I want you to all know out there, I love you. I'm getting your text messages, but please don't expect some spiritual insight then. I am still doing readings. It's difficult for me to do many mediumship readings at this time because when I do a mediumship reading and I'm trying to connect to a past loved one, I have to let go of control of my soul. And with everything that's going on right now, I'm holding on to a lot of control. So for me to completely take my energy and take it out of my body, I at this time, regular human Gina holds on to it. So it's easy for me to do psychic readings because I'm looking at the energy. I don't have to remove my energy. Also, obviously, always connect to the council because it's a different channel. It's a different energy. So I want you to all know that off the bat. And I'm sending everybody love and healing, and you're all in my thoughts. But remember, if you're texting me, you're getting regular Gina. I'm not in a channel. So today's topic, talking about your higher self. This is another thing which makes sense here. When you're texting me, I am not into my higher self. I'm not channeling my soul, my spirit. I'm just regular Gina from the block, walking around here, experiencing what we're all experiencing humanly. Am I able to go into that? Yes, I am, but I don't live there. I live here in the physical experience. I live here as a human. And when there's people around me, whether I'm in a social setting, I don't even tune into that channel because if I do, I start hearing what people are thinking. Oh, those shoes are stupid. Oh, if they whatever they're saying, I hear it because that's what I'm able to do. So I don't do that because I don't want to hear what everybody's thinking. I don't want to hear what they think about my shoes or what they think about me. So I don't psychically tune into everybody all the time because that's another question. Well, people will say, well, what do you think about her? Is she thinking that? Well, I don't spend my time trying to do that because, first of all, I don't really care. And it takes too much energy for me to care what people are thinking or who they're about or what they think. So that's just me using my higher self, which I don't live there. When I was a teenager, I did live there because I didn't know how to shut it off. And even my friends from high school would be like, we would go to a party and you would say, we have to leave because I would hear everything. It was hard for me, up until my early 20s when I really learned how to shut that off and, not listen to the voices. The voices from the other people that I could hear them and what they say and what they're thinking. And it was overwhelming for sure. Now I don't care and I don't tune into that. How do I find my highest? How do you guys find your higher self? The question, who am I? Your higher self, my program, mind, body, soul. When I use the word soul because that's who we are, soul. People can say mind, body, spirit. The only reason I don't use spirit because as what I hear from spirit when I channel or what I know to be spirit to me is somebody that no longer has that human body. They are spirit. They're not, the soul is the spirit for sure, but I call the soul the heart of the body, the soul of the body, which is still in the body. That's the soul. So that's the way I distinguish it. However, your higher self, when that higher self, when I hear higher self, or if I'm doing a reading with someone, or I'm talking to someone and their mother is still alive, for example, and I'm like, your mother says this, this, and this, and they're like, but my mother's still alive. How are you talking to my mother? Or, oh, you're so, whatever you say, my mom's still alive. I am talking to her higher self. She could be in a coma. She could be in a state where I'm able to hear her higher self, and physically, she still has that body, but I can still connect to the spirit, which is the soul of that human body, and that person can be alive. So I can still talk that way. So when you're talking to me, regular Gina, I am the soul. I am the soul. However, my higher self, spirit Gina, has been in so many physical bodies and had so many, different lives that if I want to tap into who I am, or sometimes when I'm channeling and I'm talking to the council, they're all high, I call them the CEOs of heaven. So they're all higher beings. I'm listening to them and I'm giving information. They're talking to your guides. That's the way I tap in. However, sometimes if I'm doing a reading, my higher self, my soul, is an advanced soul. I'm advanced spirit. My level is higher than many people's souls, many people. So I'm able to give insight via my higher self. Because there's all levels, and you always hear me say, pass your fucking test, hashtag pass your fucking test, elevate your soul level. That's why we come here to learn. We come here to have a physical experience, to help other souls, souls that may not be as advanced as some of our souls are, to climb up. This is a fast way for us to come down here and learn many lessons in periods of time through physical. And a lot of us come down here to help and heal. We are more advanced souls, and we come to help and heal on a higher level. So there's all types of levels of souls. And I have heard, and I've been to different events or shows or listened to different mediums who they're connecting to, an energy. And I used to listen to them, and people say, are they fake? Are they this? Are they that? Well, no, because I have listened to mediums connect to whatever, spirit they're connecting to, and say, we'll just give someone a name. They're saying, well, they're connecting to John Po something, some Indian guy, right? And they're saying, he says that, well, whatever spirit they're connecting to, John Po, whatever, that spirit that they're connecting to, they may not be an advanced soul. They just might be someone that they can easily connect to. And so you can't always listen to every medium that's channeling a higher energy and take whatever they're saying to be word is bond, word is gold. You have to be weary of who that medium is connecting to. So if you're in a session with me, most likely I usually first connect to a past relative, friend, loved one, and I'll give messages there. Usually the spirit guides will allow the loved ones to come first. And then what happens after I do that, I connect to your spirit guides, and your spirit guides allow me, because I connect to the council. And the council, like I call them, again, I call them like the CEOs, or a higher energy. They're the highest energy of the Akashic records of a soul that you can connect to. So I guarantee if you're listening or you're getting a reading from me and I'm giving you information from the council who allows your spirit guides to talk, however, they supersede them, you're getting channeled messages from guides that are, again, they're top, they're the CEOs, they're someone you want to listen to, because not only can they speak to your guides who know what you want, but they're right under, and I believe in God, so that's just my belief system, they're right under God. They're running your Akashic records. They are the bookkeepers in the library of what your soul's journey is here. So that's who I channel. That's who my higher self, my spirit, my soul, my energy, that's who I talk to. And is my soul spirit level able to be a council member? No, not at all. I am not that highly advanced. No. Does my higher self, my soul, aspire to be on the council at one point? Possibly, yes. I do. Does my soul ever want to be an archangel? Well, no, because that's something different. I can never be an archangel. My soul cannot. I have talked to one angel that did have a human experience. However, most of the angels that I talked to have never had a human experience, ever, never. And even the one I spoke with was like a low-ranking angel, but she is an angel, and she did have some type of life experience for a short period of time. And she was actually a nun when she was here, and that was my friend Joanna's angel. And the details that she had given me about my friend Joanna being in the hospital at a certain age, it was such details, there's no denying that I definitely that was definitely who I was connecting to, because, of course, even though I do this, I always question and I need to have proof of who it is. And if I'm talking to, if someone's guide or something, there's not really that much proof. If I'm talking to your loved one, I'm always getting proof, things that I wouldn't have known. If I'm talking to the council, it usually resonates with the person. They can relate to it. So I like to have something that, resonates, not just for myself, because as much as I know I've been seeing, talking to dead people I can remember, I still want to make sure that I'm on the right channel, because just like the best surgeons, the best doctors, the best whatever they are in their craft, unfortunately, some people make mistakes. And the same thing for me. For me to do a reading, my energy has to be just right. And when I'm doing gallery readings and I'm connecting to, 100 people's loved ones in one room, I have to be on it. It's just, it can't break. If I break and become regular Gina for a minute, I could be getting information that's not 100%. So, I like to say that my accuracy is good, but I can't say that, sometimes I don't break or I don't let my human mind control whatever my answer is, for sure. There's lots of times where that would happen. So I have to definitely, and for me, again, I need to have that established, like, yes, you're on the right track. That's why if I'm doing a reading, I'll always ask someone, does this resonate? Does that make sense? I have to make sure that I'm still in that energy and I'm still connecting. And also when I'm talking to spirit, whoever I'm speaking with, their energy, their vibration brings the energy closer to their loved ones, their relatives. Because I've done and been to gallery readings where I'm standing up in front of, an audience and I'm connecting to, a lot of people's past relatives. And then some people will say, oh, well, I'm so disappointed my relative didn't come through. And that's because you didn't give the energy. You have to create the energy. We're just energy. You need to have that track open. So when I'm asking a question, do you know someone that had, a red Chevy or something? You have to say, yes, me. You got to create that energy. And that's what I need from my clients when I'm doing that type of reading. Or even if I'm doing a one-on-one, I'll have people that will call me later and say, this really resonated, but at the time it didn't. So anyway, that's just how the higher self works. The higher self is that is your spirit, your higher self. We all, I can't say we all have one, because there is people that I call, and you hear me call them fillers. Now, fillers are just people. There are people here. There's people here that walk the earth. There's all different levels of souls, higher selves. There's people, again, that are more advanced. There's people that are very small. This could be their first time around in the physical, their soul, or they're not here to be so advanced. Just like people in an office, you have the person that's at the front desk, and then you have, middle-level management. It's the same thing with souls. Everyone's at a different level. Everyone has a different purpose. Everyone's here for a different reason. We're all in different, our higher selves are in different places. But your higher self, your soul, is, you have your guides, whoever, some people have one, some people have two, depending throughout your life. Sometimes you have 4 or 5 guides with you. They come, they go. But your higher self is always with you. So when you ask the question to yourself, who am I? You could be just like, I ask the question, who am I? Who am I? I'm regular Gina. I have a doctorate degree. I work in hospitals. I live in New York City. That's regular Gina. That's human Gina. All these things that humans have. I have cats. The question is, who is Gina? That's my human self down here. But when you ask the question, like, who are you? Who is your higher self? You have to get to know who your higher self is, because nobody, you hear, I know plenty of you hear, like, self-love. Nobody loves you more than you love yourself. You got to love yourself first. So to me, when I hear that, that is so deeper than, oh, self-love, take care of yourself. Yeah, even my program, the Mind, Body, Soul program, I incorporate that. Take care of yourself, which means, eat right, take care of yourself, work out. If you need counseling, spiritual counseling, get your counseling. Work those 3 circles, mind, body, soul. But particularly, if you can connect to your higher self, that energy loves you more than anything. So here we are in this isolation. Here we are given a time to get to know yourself. And some people are getting to know themselves. They're regular. I'm even getting to know regular Gina. Like, regular Gina hates to cook because I have to do dishes, which I hate. And then I have to prepare the food, which I hate. I live in New York City, and I even got rid of my stove because it took up too much room, and I eat out all the time. So I really didn't need that stove. I was trying to save space. I got an electric burner. But when I was self-quarantined, per se, for 2 weeks in New York City, I had to start using that electric burner. And what did I realize about regular Gina? Hey, man, first of all, I grew up in very cooking atmospheres, being Italian, so cooking was always around me. But I was really never the one in the kitchen. I was always busy. I was doing things. I always got out of that. But I've realized, yes, I got to know myself. I can cook, and I'm learning, it's just healthier to eat home. You don't know whose energy is going into the food. And once I come out, I could be all bullshit right now, because right now I'm saying, when I get out of this, I'm never going to eat out. I will. But I will try to make a more conscious effort to cook. And again, this could be something I'm saying now, which might not be shit when we're back to normal. But I'm learning. Regular Gina also knows that, regular Gina, I know regular Gina is very social. So this that was killing me, just being stuck in New York City. I'm so happy that I'm in South Jersey, Philly now, because now I have my car. I can drive around. I just feel there's just so much more freedom here. I feel more free, not so closed in. But to get to know your higher self, this is a good time to really take that time. So how do you get to know your higher self? That's again, that's who's going to guide you. Your higher self is the one that is going to be there for you. Your higher self they're going to, just think of it as the most love you can get. Everyone's always your mother is going to love you more than anyone. For sure, the ones that are blessed to have mothers and have good mothers, you will get mother love. But your higher self, get to know your higher self, because your higher self is your every past life you've ever had, sitting there wanting you to do good here. So how would you get to know your higher self? Well, again, we're given such a perfect opportunity to get to know our higher selves right now. So meditation, just take your time. And I start a lot of my new clients with just 3 minutes, 5 minutes. I just teach them how to really meditate into themselves, to listen to the answers. But just quickly, I'm going to just give you one exercise to help you know your higher self, to see where it is you're going. I like to say, do this right before you go to sleep. So you're pretty tired, I think they call it the state akin to sleep or something like that. It's right before you fall asleep. You're kind of just your mind's starting to wind down. Maybe, you had some herbal tea. You just relax yourself. Get yourself in a state, if you want to take a little melatonin or just whatever it is. Get yourself in that state. And this helps me, so it's just really good to make sure, when you're getting yourself in that state, there's no distraction. So right now, my room is a complete and total disaster. Because I just haven't been concentrating on it. It's just a mess. And it's really hard for me to get into that state when my room is a mess. It's really good to clean your space, have it really nice. If you can light some incense, just get yourself, use some lavender oil, and just talk to yourself. You get into that state, and then you ask yourself, one thing. So ask yourself something like, tonight in my dream, can I speak to Aunt Rose? Say you want to talk to Aunt Rose. Just test your higher self out, because your higher self walks the astral plane, meaning you can connect easily to more of your loved ones. So just put the intention before you get out there. Test your higher self out. Say, okay, tonight, say something's bothering you. You want to know if you want to quit your job. Should you go to another job? Who better to ask than your higher self? Again, who better to ask? So get yourself in that state and say, can you please give me some guidance? Like, I need you to show me something. So you go to sleep and you might have a dream that you might remember, and it's you packing up your desk. That's your higher self talking to you. You might wake up the next day and then you're getting a phone call from a friend that says, hey, my company's looking for something, because you actually took the time, sent the attention, and asked to talk to your higher self. Your higher self is there, talking to you, giving you signs all the time. But you just have to learn how to practice, how to talk to them. Your guides are amazing, right? But guess what? Your guides listen to your higher self. That's you, right? Except for, you're all working in conjunction here. So really, when I say get to know yourself, get to know you're human. You get to know what habits or whatever has instilled in your subconscious mind. Get to know that, and most likely get to know that so you can break some of those other habits or bad habits, things that you want to get past for sure. So, but really get to know what it is that your higher self wants you to do, what it is that your higher self knows that you said you're going to do before you get here. So, for example, say, a lot of people and a lot of my clients come down here and, they're looking for a special person in their life, but they've been through, whether it's abusive relationships, cheating relationships, they keep getting this, same person. So when you came here, most likely you said from your past life, I have been through abusive relationships and I want to learn how to overcome that. So what's going to be given to you? Situations that has abusive relationships for you to learn from the physical to get over it. So you say to your higher self, you say to yourself, I know I've come here to experience this, but I need to, again, hashtag pass my fucking test, learn my lessons and get out of that. So you ask your higher self to bring you something that resonates with you, some type of relationship that you feel will help you get past that. And it might not be done exactly the first time the right way, because you need to really line up. It's the whole thing, lining up your energy so that your energy, your magnet, can attract that certain relationship that is on that wave that you have to be on. And if any of my clients are out there listening, you know that we work on this very much. And even me, again, regular Gina, I've been through so much, because as much as I know what I have to do, or I learn my lessons, I talk to my higher self, I talk to my guides, I talk to the council, I talk to dead people, I still am living a human experience. And it's not easy to reprogram that subconscious mind. But know, right here, right there, right within yourself, you have your higher self. And your higher self is better than your mother, your father, your husband, your wife. Your higher self, get to know your higher self, because that higher self, that soul, that's where your answers lie. That's where your support system lies. So take it slow, and again, just start out small. And like I told you, paper clips and safety pins come from my spirit guides. And paper clips meaning it's coming together, and I'm like, okay. And I'll find like a paper clip in a really crazy place, but it's like, okay, it's coming together. And the safety pins, like, they're my highest sign here, because safety pins will tell me I'm safe. And when all this was happening, my family, my friends didn't want me to come to Jersey or Philly, because they thought I was all diseased in New York with the COVID. They're just like, oh, make sure you quarantine first or whatever. And I was like, oh my God. Like, finally the 15 days came, and I was coming back here, and I actually I came back, I took the Greyhound bus, big chance, and I saw a safety pin as soon as I got on. So I was like, okay. And that's because I'm in touch with my higher self, my guides. They know what I need from them. So once you start establishing that type of relationship with your guide, your higher self, it's that easy. And today I kept seeing those crows and everything. But then when I got out of my car to come home, right on the ground was a bobby pin. So it's my grandmom let me know everything's okay. So this is how they'll start to communicate with you once you really start tapping into your higher self, your guides, you're getting to know yourself. The communication becomes simple just like that. It's just easier to connect, to know they're right here. And your higher self is, my higher self is pretty funny. So sometimes if I'm doing a reading for someone and my higher self decides to come in to channel for them, my higher self will just like bust out often, even again in high school or college, or my friends that are with me, they'll just be like, we totally know it's not you. I used to make up names. I used to have different names. I used to think it was like different personalities when I was younger, my teenager, like Martisha, that was Martisha. Or I made up different names, but in reality, it was just my higher self, or I was channeling a spirit that would come out. So I could be like talking to my friends my friends will ask me for a reading. They'll be like, oh, Gina, can you give me a reading? And everyone knows, like, I love my friends, I love my family, but it's a lot of energy for me to give a reading. It's just a lot. I always give them discounted friends and family rates, but if I did that for all my friends and family, like, I'd be exhausted. However, if you're hanging out with me and my friends will just be like, all of a sudden, I'll just go into my higher self and, regular Gina steps aside and my higher self will start talking to my friends and giving them some information. And so there'll be a sauna with my friend Rosanna, and then all of a sudden, like, my higher self came in. She was like, thank you so much. But that's when it just happens. I can't control it, and I just let my higher self talk. Or I'll be in a conversation with someone, and things I have no idea about, my higher self will just start talking. And people that really don't know me or not sure just be like, wow, Gina, you're so smart. Or my friends that do know me, or just be like, totally wasn't regular Gina, like, because I let my higher self come through and talk. When I have to be careful, because I got to control my higher self, because my higher self, isn't as, well, regular Gina is not always nice, that's for sure, but my higher self has no boundaries. It'll just say, it's got me in trouble many, many times because there's no limitation. My higher self just, if you listen and my higher self will talk, you could say, like, holy shit, like, that's meaner, but it's just spirit. They don't have those boundaries. Like, even with race or religion, my higher self could say something that seems really racist or prejudiced, but it's not, because it's a soul level. There's no racist, there's no judgment. It's just, you got put in a body that's brown, you got put in a body that's white, you got put in a body, it doesn't matter. You chose that person or color for whatever reason it is, but when you're talking to soul or spirit, they don't know, they don't care. However, when I talk to dead people and that person is still energy, when they're talking, they're still prejudiced. Like, there's a lot of prejudice for dead people, whether it doesn't just automatically go away and become like this higher being. For sure, there's still a lot of that on the other side. Okay, I want to make sure I have time, so I'm going to give a universal reading. Now, for all of you that might not know what time this is where I use my tarot cards, I use my Rider-Waite deck cards, and I just give a message. And this message, I call it a universal reading because it's going to resonate with, or to, whoever's out there. So the message is for someone that's listening, could be for everyone that's listening, or pieces could be, but I let spirit guide me, and I just give a message. So I just shuffle the cards, and I just, whatever they say. So I'm going to do that now. And just anyone that's out there, just think of something that you want to be answered, and let's see, maybe it'll come through in this reading. I don't know. I never really know what's coming through, because again, it's all channeled. So let me just see. Okay. I always pick 5 cards for this universal reading, by the way. You can't see it, but I have 5 cards. Okay, so I'm just going to give the message. Okay, so there is someone that's really strong that is actually in your life already. The energy of this person is already around you. And you have this really strong person. This is a male, so this would be for a female. You have this really strong person that is there. He's waiting for you. He's waiting to help you. He's very spiritual. He, too, connects to the universe. He believes in the moon, the stars. He's silent. He's not saying anything, but he is working on himself spiritually, and he is waiting for himself to get to a certain point. He feels like he's working on himself, but this is for a female. So just know that this man that you're looking for, he's already in your life. He's just growing his soul spiritually, but he still has his eye on you, okay? There is also a celebration for somebody. This is going to be a celebration. So this is also, again, for a woman. This is either there's an engagement coming up or a celebration with women. So you're either going to have an engagement or a commitment, or someone's going to move in with you, but a woman out there is going to have like a next level relationship, and her friends will be, this could be around October. This could be a celebration. There's also a pregnancy that's coming up out there. Someone's going to find out they're pregnant. This is someone that's been trying to get pregnant, and this will come to fruition. This could be anywhere from 3 weeks to 3 months. So someone that's been trying to get pregnant will be getting pregnant. This message is for a man. So there's a man out there, and he's been working really hard to be strong. He's trying to feel better about himself. He's questioning like where he's going in life. Mostly this man here, whoever's listening, has been always wanting to just have fun, like hook up, have a bunch of sex, like really run around. However, he's thinking like it's time for me to like grow up pretty much, or to have this one commitment. So definitely has a woman in his life that he's thinking could help change him. This message here is for someone that's trying to balance right now. They're trying to balance. What they're doing is this could be about the new situation, because they're trying to learn right now how to balance like their career with their life situation. And it's kind of hard. This is probably hard for a lot of people out there, but the message is that, just keep working on it. It's going to be up and down, but don't give up. You will get the balance. It seems like it's very difficult, but keep going with the tides up and down, up and down. You're getting frustrated because you don't know how to get the balance, but be nice on yourself. Don't be so hard on yourself. Know that it's not easy, but just keep trying every day. Try a new routine. You will get the balance. So those messages, hopefully they resonated with someone out there. Again, I usually pick 5 cards, 5 little mini messages, or one rolls together. So hopefully that resonated with some people out there. So right now, if you're new to the show, this is when I bring my producer, Shay, on. She will actually read chat. So feel free to put any questions in chat right now. You can actually type them right in. She'll be able to read them. She reads them to me, and I will be able to answer. So come on, Shay.
Hey, girl.
Hello, thank you.
You're so welcome.
Thank you. How's everyone doing in chat over there?
It seems like people holding up as well as can be. Before we get started on the questions, I want to throw out some shout-outs to the first people in chat. Of course, we have Matt in there. We have Deb in there. We have Mish in there. Joanna's in there. Teresa's in there. Jennifer's in there. Different Teresa's in there.
Hi, everybody.
And those are the Joanna. Different Joanna, actually. Wow.
Yeah, Joanna, life is Joanna's going through some things.
Yeah, one of yours is one of the Joannas is yours. The other one's a different one.
Okay.
And we have Krista.
Oh, Krista. Hi, Krista. Yeah.
Hi.
All right. Well, hi, everyone.
Yeah. Those are the first ones in chat.
Okay. We thank everyone who does type in chat and say hello. Thank you. I always love hearing your name. So when you're in chat and you're listening and you say hi, that means a lot to me. Thank you so much for your support. Thank you for saying hi.
And I also have to say, we really appreciate when you like the show, because if you like Gina's show, actually, if you like it when you're listening, it brings her up higher. So when you type in something, it brings her up higher, and she comes up in that search bar a lot quicker. But as a rule, Paranormal Buzz Radio, if you don't say hi in chat, we don't mention you by name.
I just got a text message from my assistant over here, Perry, my good friend, and she says she don't know how to get into chat. She's like, so maybe there's people that don't know how to get into chat. Can you tell them real quick, say how they could chat if they wanted to?
Well, it's pretty easy. Well, sometimes. It's not always easy. So, you have to verify your account. So, if you find the Dr. Gina show, you usually have to sometimes verify your account. Sometimes, like, if you go through Facebook or something, once you do that, it will allow you to open up and you'll be able to talk. If you can't, this is easier, Gina. Sorry. If you cannot get into chat, message Gina, and Gina will tell me, and I will tell you exactly what to do.
Okay. My friend Perry can't get into chat, she said.
Yeah, you got to verify your account, which means you have to hook it up through your email. That happens more with Apple phones. So once
I know that even for me, I had a hard time getting into chat. So what I did once I went on the show, whatever Paranormal Buzz Radio show was, there would be a little icon there that I was able to click on. It looked like a little cloud.
Yeah, I never heard of people having a hard time getting in chat. Finding the show the first time is a little hard. If you cannot find the show, search Paranormal Buzz Radio on Spreaker, and then see more, and then hit Dr. Gina, and it will come up. It's hard without not knowing, like, what device, because there's so many devices out there.
Yeah, I think for me, Perry's really good at the computer, so I'm sure she'll figure it out.
If Gina, if not, hook me up with her on Messenger. I'll help anybody.
Okay, well,
it's just hard to, like, narrow down because there's so many. Technology sucks. It's great, but it sucks.
I know. So, okay, well, whoever's in
Perry,
there.
she's there.
I know she's good at it. Hi, Perry.
Hi,
so
Perry.
Thank you. Perry's my number one right-hand person.
Well, then I love her already. Him? Her?
I do. She's definitely awesome.
Right.
Does anyone have any questions about anything? Put that in chat, and Shay will read it to me, and I'll be able to answer it.
Not yet. Mish says, thank you, Gina. Much of what you said resonated with me. I manifest those wonderful things in my journal every night, or nightly.
Okay, I want to ask something to Michelle, because I was given some healing for her sister-in-law, so if she can let me know in chat how her sister-in-law is doing. I do definitely know people that I'm close with, Michelle being one of them. She's, a client, a friend, and there are people that do have the COVID, and, I just been trying to give as much healing and send out healing as I can to people.
Yeah, my cousin has it, so.
Yeah, my cousin had it too. She's recovered, but hopefully the people that have it recover, and I hope her sister-in-law does. I saw her recovering, so hopefully she's doing, and hopefully that comes through. I know she was having it a little bad. Let me speak on that for a quick second.
Go ahead.
About this COVID. Definitely had a lot of uploads, a lot of messages that were given to me from Spirit of this, and tragic, a lot of people are losing people for sure. obviously. And I just want people to I don't want you to not be take cautions, but I want people to lose the fear, because I don't want the energy of the world to continue in fear. We need to we got to raise the vibration, because when I was in New York, I felt such a dark, it was so sick. And when I came here, it was much lighter, much easier, much, much better. I want everyone to be cautious. However, I've never talked to a soul, a dead person, ever, not even an earthbound, that has said, oh my God, I want to come back. What am I doing over here? I'm not saying, let the bodies hit the floor and let them die, but I'm just saying, I have never, ever talked to any soul or spirit that said, I just want to be back in my human body. Believe me, it's better. It's better. And again, I'm not saying just die, but I'm just saying there should be no fear, because if it's time to die, they're going to die. And guess what? I really believe people in New York were out there trying to die. I saw one lady, we have the East River, and it's this metal railing, and she looked like she just had a stroke not too long ago. She was out there, probably old, holding on to the metal railing, going along. I swear, I think she was pretty much saying, let me get it, because she was out there. I see aides pushing what the aides have on, their gloves, their masks. They're pushing in a wheelchair their patients, who a lot of them look like they were in Alzheimer's. And I believe that they're out there. This is no joke aside. I believe they're almost please let the COVID get me. There's people that just know, life on the other side is better. Again, I'm not saying everyone wants to die. Take your precautions, but I'm just saying, we can't live in the fear of death, because death is actually, birth is the hard thing. Babies are screaming and crying, but death is beautiful. Death is beautiful.
It is, sure. But it's not beautiful when you. Sorry, it's your show, but it's.
No, go ahead. No.
Death is beautiful to a degree, but it's not beautiful when it's unnecessary.
No, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But I'm just saying we can't live in fear.
Exactly.
Oh my God, I'm going to die, because the fear of death is what's going to kill people, not dying. We can't live in this fear of
stupidity is going to kill people.
Yes, it's just an energy. So, if you're compromised, for sure, you're in that compromised category, which we all know what it is right now. If we're in that, please, God, don't let people in your house. Don't get food delivered. Just take the extra precautions, please. But if you're not in that compromised thing and you're around people that might have had it, or you're a medical worker, you too, please take those precautions, for sure. I'm not saying go out and commit suicide, but
exactly, I know.
Otherwise, you have to live your life. You can't be afraid to go to the grocery store. And yes, I believe in this social distancing, isolation, shutting down. There was, because we need to get a hold of it. We have to see where it's coming from. We have to try to control the movement so we can get a handle on this. Where's it coming from? Right now, there's people that you don't even know studying, looking, their patterns, this and that. There are so many people working on levels that social distancing is required just to take a look at things.
Yep.
For no other reason but that. We need to see where the trends are. So so there is reasoning for this shutdown, social distancing. Yes. However, once this is seen, the patterns, where it's at, where it's going, it's not going to be over. It is not. But it'll have more of a control of where it's going.
Exactly.
So that will be where it is. So by staying in or listening to what these people are saying, it's not just, don't think of it as, I don't need to stay in, I don't have to do this because whether I'm not going to get it or what. Yes, but it's just about looking at trends. We need to get a control of where this is going. That's more or less what it's for.
Yep.
So anyway, does anyone have any questions in chat before we end?
Yeah, we have a couple.
Okay.
Perry. And for those listening while I'm finding this, Gina and I are not arguing. We're just wording it different. We're on the same page. Positive. Stay positive, people. Perry wants to know, I want to know if it's not supposed to be you. Wait a minute. If it's not supposed to be you know who in my life, then who is it supposed to be?
Terry, you didn't get the memo. The
Right.
memo is that when I'm doing the show, it's hard for me to give personal readings. I don't give personal answer to questions on this platform because my energy is not there. This is more like ask a question about the topic that I talked about or ask, a universal question that's going to benefit everyone. Yes, I love to get to those one-on-one questions, but this platform is not where I do it. I may do it on my lives if I say I'm going to do that, or I may do it like I used to do the call-ins, but I can't do that here. So, Perry, I can't answer because that question takes more of a longer time for me. I don't have that time. So, love you, Perry, but that's something we'll have to answer one-on-one, okay? I get you on that one. I'll do it for you.
Yeah.
All right, what else we do?
Krista, I like this question. How can we decipher the message from our higher self and a different voice like self-doubt, fear / anxiety?
Okay, let me channel this answer. Hold on. So your higher self is never the self-doubt, fear, anxiety. Just know that. That will not be your higher self. That is your subconscious mind. That is regular Krista. That is feeling all those ways. That's why it's best to get into that meditative state, fall asleep, and the message can be given to you. Because if you're listening, that's usually your mind. And that's why quiet your mind, and then you can hear what your higher self's saying. But if not, your subconscious mind, your human, is getting in the way, for sure. So just know that if you're coming from a place of fear and anxiety, that is not your higher self, for sure. Your higher self could be, you could be, unfortunately, like locked in, losing oxygen, and your higher self is calmly telling you how you're going to get through this. So it's not in fear, no matter what situation you're in. So hopefully that answered.
I think so. I'm waiting to see if there's any more, but mostly people are agreeing with you.
Okay.
That looks like it's it, Gina.
Okay. Well, I hope that everything that I said in the show resonated with you. I'm just going to take 1 minute here just for everyone. Just give me a minute of silence, and everyone that's listening, all their family and friends, I'm just going to give out some healing energy. So just give me a second, and everyone just connect to this energy. Okay, so I'm sending everyone love and light. Definitely inbox me if you have any subject ideas, topics you'd like me to talk about. Pay attention to my Instagram. I will go live, via my Facebook page, or I am with Weird Weekends Behind the Third Eye. I may go live there, or Jean Marie Pandora's Box on my Facebook. Try to go live, answer some more questions, tarot card questions, energy questions, things like that. And again, if some of my late clients came in, I'm sorry about text messages. If you're getting so many questions from all my clients, and I love you all, it's just really hard for me to, regular Gina is not going to answer like your counselor. So if you want to do a session, I'll be able to definitely tap into that more. But mind you, if you're just asking regular Gina, her answer is not going to be the same. It's different than if we're in session. So I love you, and I appreciate text messages asking me how I'm doing, but again, that's just regular Gina, and I like to try to keep it on that more professional, and so I'm sending you all love. Okay. All right, well, I want to thank everyone who tuned in. I want to thank everyone that listened to me. Thank everyone for everything, all your support on my Instagram, which means a lot. Just be on my YouTube channel. You can always find my YouTube channel on my Instagram, Psychic Medium Dr. Gina on Instagram. Always go to Paranormal Buzz Radio. You can find me there. And I really appreciate your support. By you supporting me, I can actually get my energy out to more people. So thank you, everyone, and sending you all love.
Good night.